You just gotta love when One Punch Man unexpectedly releases a chapter on a Wednesday. I know today is Thursday, May 11th, but you gotta love when they release a chapter and you don't find out until the very next day. Because One Punch Man releases on such an obscure schedule that it's like you literally have to check every Wednesday to know whether or not a chapter has dropped or not, but that's neither here nor there. It's time for today's reaction of One Punch Man, so let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another One Punch Man chapter reaction and review. To give you a little bit of a recap of the last chapter we were on, the skirmish between Saitama and Tornado has completely finished. They found out, due to one of the hacker members of the Blizzard Bunch, finds out that the Hero Association has secretly been hoarding monsters underneath their very own headquarters and been selling them off to different organizations. But this is, top secret that they don't want anyone to know. And since it's such vital information, they use that as a bargaining chip to ensure that Psychos doesn't get manhandled by the Heroes Association. And in the process, Psychos gets whisked away by Blizzard and her group under the cover of Tornado saying she's going to search for Psychos on her own. And also, with the prerequisite of, hey, this knowledge of you keeping monsters under the very place you want the elite to live and pay for everything, yeah, we'll keep that hush-hush as long as you sweep what my sister did under the rug, and that anything else that, we want. It was really like they used it as they blackmailed the Heroes Association in order for the Blizzard Bunch and Tornado to get what they want. And McCoy, one of the individuals in charge of this whole thing, pretty much relents because he's all like, clever girl. So that's going on. But the news is put out to make it seem like Tornado was really defending the Heroes Association from monsters. When she wasn't, it was her and Saitama, fighting outside. And Saitama's all like, hey, I'm the one who kept Tornado from doing all this stuff. And then when it mentions, oh, I did billions of dollars, billions of yen in damage. And it's like, you know what? Let's let Tornado have all the glory right now. But far off from everything that's happening between Saitama and Tornado and the Blizzard Bunch, King, and well, not King, but Child Emperor has hacked into the Heroes Association and pretty much found out about the scandal in and of itself. So let's hope Emperor, I keep thinking King, but it's Child Emperor. Let's hope Child Emperor doesn't put himself in a situation that's far too dangerous for him to handle. Punch 182, Scout. And it cuts to Tornado, who's off on her own.
Huh? You want me in a commercial? For recruiting new heroes? I don't have time for that. It would just attract losers. And who needs them?
Then it cuts to Tornado thinking of what Saitama said. I couldn't even beat monsters at level wolf. And then she goes, And then it cuts to her. I guess she changed her mind because she's in a dressing room getting all gizzied up.
Well, it's a good chance to show what it means to be a hero.
And then it cuts to her reading the script, Hero Association script. Action!
A hero must be fully committed to his duty, for the threat of death is ever present in this harsh and unforgiving world. Thus, as the face of the class as heroes, I shall give them a demonstration of the fearsome strength we need.
And then she just uses her power to cause like a massive tornado to happen inside of the set. And numerous people get whisked up in it. Like, numerous members of the film crew gets pulled up into the air. Cut! Okay, that's a wrap! People are still getting pulled into the air. Okata! Currently raking leaves, but you want to drop by, say hi, and enjoy the chapter. And you enjoy raking the leaves. I just felt like saying that. But it's good to see you, Okada-san. Let's continue. But she causes a tornado in the middle of the film set. And then it cuts to her on air as she's doing the actual commercial. It cuts to her doing the actual commercial. And they have her looking like she's all cutesy and everything.
The Heroes Association's arms are always open to new heroes. Your passion makes me tremble something terrible. So apply to join me or I'll smush you.
And it's like, this does not fit Tornado at all. And then it cuts to Tornado, who's seeing this edited. She sees this edited video going, and she's absolutely furious. She goes,
"They changed it? With AI-generated images? Can they do that? I don't care what the producer wanted."
And then someone just hangs up on her.
Huh? Hey!
Wow. They really just use AI. They literally just use AI-generated images to fabricate a cutesy commercial with Tornado. That's scary when even AI-generated images can do a better job than real people in commercials. Both in fiction and in real life. It's a concern.
With AI-generated images? Can they do that? I don't care what the producer wanted.
Click.
Huh? Hey!
And then it just cuts to the beeping going on her phone, and then Blizzard walks in.
"Good morning, sis. I saw your commercial. You were adorable."
And then the roof of her apartment just explodes. She doesn't like the commercial. She's just like She's just like Al Pacino in what is that Adam Sandler movie, Twins? That twin movie where Al Pacino's all like, because of his Dunkachino commercial, he was all like, "Burn this. All copies. This can never be seen by anyone. All copies. Destroy them." That's basically what it is. But it's in the public now. And then it cuts to My Mask's producer as he goes, "The commercial is a success. Of course, I produced it." Of course he would do that. Of course he would. Of course he would. But it cuts to the commercial. It cuts to the commercial playing out in a square, and some dude is looking at it going, "Huh." And then someone walks up to him and goes,
"Are you Axel? Sorry to bother you, but I'm Shizuka, a scout for the Heroes Association."
"The Hero Association. Another scout, huh?" And this dude named Axel is basically this guy that has like a whole bunch of protective gear all over him, and he's wearing rollerblades. And it looks like he has some sort of axe weapon on his side. Interesting. Then it cuts to the execs. "The commercial turned out nicely. Who is that? Who is that?" And it cuts to them looking at Tornado, and it's like, that doesn't look like Tornado at all. Even though they have her all gizzied up, laying on the floor, with her legs kicking, and then she looks all cutesy. It's all like, that's not the Tornado we know. Who is that? Because we all know the Tornado. Who is that? Our image is improving. Passing out the recent damage as the result of Tornado fighting off a horde of threat-level demon monsters has restored faith among the wealthy who live here. McCoy spearheaded the campaign. You've got skills, McCoy. It was nothing. I do it all for the organization. But I'm losing faith in Metal Knight. He talks big, but doesn't deliver. And then it cuts to Dr. Beaufoy, who's listening in on all this whole conversation, because he's literally one of the smartest people out there. So of course he's hacked in their communications, is listening in on this secret board meeting. "The association shelled out billions for a headquarters he claimed was indomitable, but his god robots failed and the structure is unstable. We can no longer rely on him." Ooh, They've lost faith in Metal Knight.
That darned bald cape.
Because it was Saitama who really did the majority of the massive damage to the entire structure, the entire Heroes Association, and the robots outside.
The same goes for Tornado. We scraped by this time, but she's self-righteous and reckless. She's so strong that no one can control her. It's like we're holding on to a bomb. We must keep a closer eye on those two. Have you found any replacements?
Well, about that, the number of volunteers hasn't increased at all.
Why is that? The commercials are hit, right? And our approval ratings is rising.
Yes, but actually... And then it cuts to Axel sitting with Shizuka. I saw the reports in new commercial. The association seems to be doing well.
Yes, but we must stay vigilant. Heinous monsters are appearing every day. Aside from a few high-ranking heroes like Tornado, heroes are losing battles even when they group together. Class S is unstable and injuries are mounting in the lower classes. We believe it is imperative to stock up while times are good.
Stock up? You make it sound like heroes are a consumable good. So that's why you came to me.
Yes, forgive me. That was a poor choice of words. The upper brass values both combat ability and social standing.
Axel, leader of the Hunters, a vigilante group. So now they're going after vigilantes. The Hero Association's got some nerve. I hear you panicked over the Hero Hunter, and you aren't using donations effectively.
It's true that the majority of our budget is going towards maintaining our approval rating, including compensation for damages due to hero activities. But sponsors demand a high approval rating. To that end, we've come up with a solution that you will lead. We want to give the Hunters a chance to operate as professional heroes, a private force of 53 youthful volunteers skilled in combat.
And the thing is, the way Axel and his group looks in this panel, it's almost like the way they wield their axes, it's like they're a killer hockey group because their axes are very long. And one would argue that they are basically just roller skating hockey players who are also heroes. That's what it looks like to me.
A private force of 53 youthful volunteers skilled in combat. You recently eradicated threat-level demon monsters, so the public loves you.
48. 5 died fighting those monsters.
Just keep doing what you do, and the association will provide medical care, equipment, and monetary compensation.
I've already said no.
I can guarantee you a Class S ranking. The others will start in Class B and C.
This isn't about perks. Most of the Hunters have lost loved ones to monsters, but we don't trust the association. You rake in cash and hog all the powerful fighters, but you only protect the rich. Even the new HQ in Old City A is a gated community for elites, and you keep heroes there 24/7 for security. And Shizuka, realizing that he's right, because he is right, all the top heroes are at Hero HQ, where all the super rich people are living. Which means that all the top heroes are protecting only those who can afford them. Everyone else has to scrape by or deal with heroes who can't even take up residence at the most secure facility in the entire region. Even the new HQ in Old City A is a gated community for elites, and you keep heroes there 24/7 for security. Like I said, Shizuka is speechless over the truth. You no longer serve the people, and we won't disgrace ourselves that way. He's not wrong, though. He's not wrong. Ever since they started bringing in the elite, only the people who can, put 30 countless years of loans on their well-being can afford to be there, leaving pretty much everyone else who can't afford to just fend for themselves. Only when it's a serious threat to the rich does the high-ranking heroes take action. But if it's not doing anything directly in proportion to protecting the people who are paying for the Heroes Association's well-being and stuff. It's like, oh, we'll just let the other heroes handle it. That's pretty much how it is. You no longer serve the people, and we won't disgrace ourselves that way. And Shizuka, still speechless.
Oh, I see. Then I'll try again another time.
Playing it cool, huh? Well, let me tell you something. The Hero Association won't last much longer, so I recommend finding a new job.
Huh?
What does he mean the Hero Association won't last much longer? That's an ominous thing to say. And then it cuts to some time later at a place called the Lightning Stable.
I couldn't wait to meet you. I always watch Super Sumo. I'm a big fan.
And then it cuts to this giant sumo wrestler that's in front of this so-called fan.
What immense girth! He's a sumo champion with 700 straight victories.
The Hero Association never learns. They are always scouting me during tournaments, and I always say I am not interested. Raiden, Super Sumo Yokozuna.
The time demands your amazing, astounding strength.
Yes, because foul monsters are running amok.
The police and armed forces are busy with ordinary duties, and even most professional heroes are unable to handle head-on collisions with monsters.
Oh wait, the police and armed forces are busy with their ordinary duties, and even most professional heroes are unable to handle head-on collisions with monsters.
My point exactly. You gotta get in there and boost morale by showing that a Class S hero should be made of tougher stuff.
I'm sorry, but no thank you.
Yeah, I can offer buku bucks.
Buku bucks.
I can offer buku bucks.
You all say the same thing. I have a previous engagement. A new hero organization will soon raise its flag. Didn't you know that? Well, I've already joined them. Whoa! Wow! And all the execs go,
what? A new organization is recruiting heroes?
A whole new association is trying to rise and recruit heroes over the current Heroes Association. Whoa! I did not expect the story to take this turn. And then it cuts back to Axel, who's responding to when Shizuka was saying, huh? What do you mean? Find a new job. The hunters will join your competition. Expect some sponsors to shift their support as well. Hush-hush talks with Class S heroes are already underway. And then it cuts to Dr. Kusano with Genos. Oh, is that so? Sorry, it took a moment for me to try and remember his name, because the first thing that popped into my head was Bofoy, but I said that's not him. It took me a hot minute to remember it was Dr. Kusano. But Dr. Kusano is working on Genos, and he goes, "Oh, is that so? What will you do, Genos? After all, you no longer trust the Hero Association." And Genos just goes, And then it cuts to Saitama, who's just chilling in his apartment, and he sees a commercial with Tornado, and he takes a massive spit take, seeing an very uncharismatically charming and cutesy and happy and nice Tornado on the TV screen. But that's the end of the chapter. We need to talk. There's a rival Heroes Association rising up against the current Hero Association. There's a rival hero organization that's trying to See, here's the thing. I'm thinking back to how the current Heroes Association was even formed. because it was really all thanks to Saitama. Unknowingly, it was thanks to Saitama saving the original founder of the Heroes Association's grandson, and thus prompted him to create an organization of heroes to protect people. That's how it all started. Now we got a brand new organization that's trying to rise up and rival the current Hero Association. That explains why they're not able to recruit anyone. That explains why the people that wants to join the association has not risen. That's the reason why not much progress has gone on, despite them trying to make commercials and try and bring new people in, because a new rival organization is already starting to scoop these people up. They even try to get some vigilante groups to join them, and they refuse because we've already decided to join your competition. Not only him, but numerous other people. And then it cuts to, what is his name? I literally just forgot this guy's name. Then it cuts to Raiden, like another superhero, another hero, who says that it's not just... Hold on, I gotta read this again, because this is kind of major. A new organization is recruiting heroes. But Raiden says, I have a previous engagement. A new hero organization will soon raise its flag. He's already joined them. See, people are trying, there's numerous people going around trying to recruit heroes, but they've already been recruited by this mysterious new hero organization that's still trying to get off the ground, but it's already recruited numerous people, including an entire vigilante group of like 48, because 5 of them died. 48 strong vigilante group. Like, even so, the thing is, they tried to get Tornado to do a commercial to recruit people. And since, she's not the type to do things in a cutesy way, use AI imaging to make her look all cutesy and whatnot, but it still wasn't enough to get people to want to join them. Like, the current Heroes Association's approval ratings are already high, they're rising, but the amount of volunteers has not moved at all. They have high approval ratings, but very low volunteers, because they're not interested, because this new organization has already started to recruit them. But the real crux of the matter is, not only have they started recruiting heroes, but secret talks to current Class S heroes in the organization have already begun. So who knows how many Class S heroes that are in the current Hero Association will transition over to this new one. And here's my thing. This is a new heroes organization that's popping up. Who knows their real purpose? Given what Axel said to Shizuka, basically, and he's right though, the current hero organization has neglected protecting all of the people and is only protecting the people that can keep them in power. Protecting the rich, protecting the people who are able to fund the Heroes Association. That's basically what they've all been turned into. Let's be honest here. All of the heroes currently, Class S and otherwise, have pretty much been turned into glorified bodyguards for the rich and famous that fund the entire organization. Did I enjoy the chapter? Yes, I did. I did enjoy the chapter. But this news of a new organization, Ogata, this is new to me. And it's something that in my wildest dreams, I never would have thought that this would take a turn for the Heroes Association. When you read a story for so long and you see organizations just be up forever, the thought of them suddenly disappearing or coming crashing down, or even a rival to that organization, you wouldn't think that something like that would happen. At least it doesn't happen at the front of your brain. It's like in the back of your mind, but it's so repressed that it's not even a real thought that really comes up. I never would have thought that I'd be reading a chapter where someone is trying to create a rival hero organization to rival the current association. I never would have thought of that. But I've literally thought of Saitama eventually fighting the being known as God, simply because this God individual is interested in the world that Saitama resides in. That's a thought I've had multiple times, but the Heroes Association having a rival, yeah, that did not pop up at all. So it's interesting to see that Because Axel, like I said, is right. The Heroes Association has basically turned Class S heroes into not just heroes who protect literally everyone, but really heroes who are more inclined to protect the people that pay for the Heroes Association's funding. Pretty much. It's like we thought it might happen, but it actually happening is a different thing. Exactly. These are thoughts, wild out there thoughts that happen from time to time, but we never really think that we'll actually see it in reality. But Axel is right, though. The Heroes Association has become stifled. They no longer protect the people. Now, of course, they protect the people because it makes them look good, but protecting the people because it's right, I don't think that's really at the forefront of the Heroes Association's ideals. I don't think it is. Saving people makes them look good, and it gives them more approval ratings, and thus encourages more people to come to their HQ, invest in lifelong loans to fund and be protected by high-ranking heroes. But what about B class and lower? A class and S class heroes are able to live at the entire Heroes Association, where they are basically just bodyguards for every other civilian who's paying to live there. But what about B and lower? What about them? What about the citizens who aren't able to afford being in the Heroes Association's housing? What about them? Because it makes you think about, they talk so much about their approval ratings and how they look in the eyes of the public, but what about doing fights and taking care of individuals that doesn't really make the news, that doesn't make people think better of them? Or what about just protecting your average citizen without trying to increase your approval ratings across the board? Are they interested in that? And then we have Genos, who apparently does no longer trust the Heroes Association as well. So some doubt has been cast on the Heroes Association as a whole. Not only that, but there's a lot of doubt being cast around amongst its own members. Like, Beaufoy is listening in. I actually thought this was going to be a chapter that continued from Child Emperor finding out about the scandal, about the old monsters underneath the Heroes Association thing. But it really turns into a moment where the Heroes Association is not really doing as good as they thought they were. They're casting doubt on Dr. Beaufoy, aka Metal Knight, and he's listening in thinking like it's all Saitama's fault that they're casting doubt on me. They're casting doubt on him, this person who said that this Heroes Association would be impregnable, and them building this entire structure would be the whole crux of the heroes. The best fortress ever built. And Saitama, with his universally strong strength, managed to just go straight through the building and also destroy billion yen guard robots outside of the facility. And that alone makes the association cast doubt on Metal Knight's ability to be as sure as he says he is. So they're already casting doubt on pretty much the smartest person in their entire organization. Then the approval ratings look good to them, but no one really wants to join them because they're already being recruited. And now we got an S-rank hero, Genos, who no longer trusts them, and he seems like he's considering joining this new organization, or at least he's thinking. He's just thinking it over. I'm not going to say he's considering it because he didn't actually say that until the chapter does. I'm not going to make that assumption. But Genos just says I, and it makes you wonder whether he's considering this or not. Their illusion of protecting the people is about to turn on its head. See, isn't that how it is for shady organizations as a whole who try to look good in the eyes of the public when they really only do that in order to protect their own image? Their illusion of protecting the people is about to turn on its side. It really is. Because when you think about it, a lot of things that they did was just to make sure that people never lost faith in the Heroes Association. They're already shady to begin with. How are you going to keep monsters underneath your base? Like, we've already seen examples of this Hero Association doing some shady things for it to be a hero association. like keeping monsters directly underneath your base and secretly selling them to other organizations? Imagine how the press would feel. Imagine people hear about the new heroes and the cover-ups of the association at the same time. Look, Saitama just got his new house. Saitama just got his new house. What would happen to the association and to all the people who are living in there when they find out that the very same association they're paying to protect them from monsters has secretly been keeping monsters underneath them? Mind you, all the monsters are dead because Saitama killed them all. But imagine if these ritzy and rich individuals find out that the very people they asked and pay to protect them are keeping the things that they paid them to protect them from right underneath them. Not only that, but hearing that some heroes are leaving to join another organization. Some sponsors are considering joining to another organization. And it's a brand new organization. They literally just built this fortress not too long ago. This whole fortress after the events of Boros. I feel like it really hasn't been too long since the events of Boros, where they pretty much created a brand new fortress, and then all of the events that led up to now. I feel like not too much time has passed. How much time has passed? Has it been a couple of months, maybe? It hasn't even been like a full year chronologically, I don't think. But this new organization that is just now getting known, just now getting found out, is already making tracks, secretly talking to S-rank heroes and recruiting other people. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Heroes Association tries to hold up its own ends in preparation for this new association that's trying to pop up. Who knows what this new organization's purpose is, what their real end goal is, or why they're being formed in the first place. We have no idea. But this is interesting news. This is really big news to get on a Thursday. I don't know. This is interesting. Overall, I did like the chapter, but the thought of a new association opposing and potentially rivaling the current Heroes Association, that's something I was not expecting to see today. I do so love it when One Punch Man chapters release on days when I'm already busy and I gotta go to the next day to do it. I just absolutely love this One Punch Man scheduling. But that's my reaction to it today, ladies and gentlemen. This is making me think in some things. Now I'm gonna look into the Heroes Association and just see their history and whether or not they're truly worthy of continuing on, or maybe this new association might be better for everyone. And I'm saying this after not even seeing the new organization, but it does put those thoughts in one's head. But I'm done for the day. I gotta read One Piece a little bit later, and then I gotta finalize something for Tears of the Kingdom, because I will be playing Tears of the Kingdom. So to everyone here, thank you for the continued support of this channel. I really do appreciate it in any way you see fit. All I can say to everyone here at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!